Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another episode of Ask a Fish. This is the series where I answer your questions that you guys leave on Discord, and we talk about the most exciting recent gear releases. Don't forget to join our Discord server if you've got a question for a future episode. Got a fair amount to talk about this week, so smack a like on the video if you're going to enjoy it. It actually really helps out, and let's jump into your questions. Retro Noctis asks, when are we going to talk about Synyster Gates Headless Schecter? Man, I f***ed up in my State of Schecter 2023 video by not mentioning this. Oh, I'll blame it on you guys for not telling me earlier though. How did everyone know this was a thing except for me? But yeah, so Synyster Gates has been rocking a headless version of his signature, bat inlay and everything, and to my knowledge, this is the first time Schecter has done any headless. It looks to have his signature Schecter pickups, some sort of floating trem, and a gold metallic finish to match the hardware and the inlays. Now, most of the pictures and footage of the guitar is kind of shitty, and obviously the fact that it's headless Schecter Avenger is kind of the big talking point, but it's distracting from the fact that much fewer people are talking about it's got 7 strings. Synyster Gates is playing a 7-string headless Schecter. Wild. Now, this is definitely a custom USA model, but if they ever decide to make it a production model, that would be insane. I'm not sure that they would, since the headless craze has kind of died down. Maybe they might do it, test the waters on a smaller scale, like a limited signature run. Now, personally, I still can't get used to headless guitars. The headstock, the bridge cutaway, there's just so much guitar missing from this guitar. But come on, it's Synyster Gates. I remember when I first started getting into heavier music, I generally favored the riffs, and tread wasn't really even in style at the time either. Then along came Avenged Sevenfold and Synyster Gates. Bat Country in Guitar Hero 3 blew my mind. Most shred I'd heard up until that point was from legacy 80s metal, but they were a band from the current generation with these super technical, super clean, super melodic, super evil sounding lead lines and harmonies. They're still not my favorite band, but I absolutely love the guitar playing. I haven't listened to them in a while, but if this is a sign that they're going to be dropping some 7-string material, count me the fuck in. Anyways, here's where I'll throw it to you. 7-string headless Synyster Gates model. Thoughts? But speaking of new materials and super clean, let's take a quick second and thank Ridge for sponsoring today's video. And Ridge has been a fantastic channel partner. You've probably heard of me talk about them before because I absolutely love how they're redefining the wallet in a way that makes sense for modern life. I made the switch a couple years ago and I cannot imagine going back to that old bulky style. I love the sleek modern form factor that can hold all your cards and fit into your front pocket. It's RFID blocking so scammers can't steal your information, and each wallet comes with a lifetime guarantee. There are over 30 colors and styles to choose from, and if you're struggling for Father's Day ideas, the new leather designs are perfect, blending the evolved wallet design with a little bit of traditional flair. Ridge have over 50,000 5-star reviews, so if you're looking for the best Father's Day gifts, head on over to ridge.com/agrifish and use my code agrifish for up to 40% off until June 15th. Link will also be in the description, and of course clicking helps support the channel by letting them know that I sent you. And while you're checking that out, let's get back into your questions. Rusty, the ugly guitar maker, asks, thoughts on the new PGM 50 and the PGM 1000T? Oh, let's go, more shred. So these are Paul Gilbert's newest signature models, as you might have already guessed from the signature faux F-holes. Let's talk about the PGM 50 first. Made in Indonesia, basswood body, bolt-on 5-piece maple walnut neck, rosewood fingerboard with 22 frets, DiMarzio Air Classic humbuckers in the neck and bridge positions, and a PGM single, which interestingly I have not been able to find on the DiMarzio website, so that might be an exclusive for this guitar. Go to Locking Tuners, love those tuners, and it's awesome, they're so common on Ibanez. Got an interesting shaped control cavity on the back. It's not just me, right? That's a sus looking pickguard shape. The PGM 1000T is a limited edition. I'm surprised with T at the end of the name. It's not a trem model, but I guess it's par for the course. Ibanez names still make no fucking sense. This one is cooler, in my opinion. Covered DiMarzio Air Classics, but this has ash body wings and 3 6-piece maple neck-through construction. I'm not so familiar with Ibanez guitars, but I'm pretty sure neck-through RGs are not too common, and I'm not aware of any other current production neck-through RGs out of Japan. So overall, they're nice, but I don't know, man. They're RGs. I really enjoy Paul Gilbert's playing. He's great, deeply respect his style, but yeah, I just find it very difficult to get excited about Ibanez guitars. Once I actually pick them up and play them, they've grown on me, but just looking at them, they're RGs. They're super strats. They have really flat fingerboards that I don't like at all. Even though the 1000 is neck through, it's still not nearly as interesting as a Signature Iceman, in my opinion. So I hope they do more variants on that theme in the future. But yeah, Ibanez fans, what do we think of these? Cool? Not cool? Let me know what you're thinking down below. Profound asks, thoughts on the new Guitar World interview with Kirk Hammett talking about an Epiphone Greeny model being in development. Yeah, I mean, so let's talk about the least surprising guitar news of the year. An Epiphone version of Greeny is on its way. You know, it's following the same path as the Adam Jones 79 Custom. You have the 2 runs of Murphy Lab replicas, USA production run with modified specs, so now it's time for a more accessible Epiphone run. Now, Kirk shared that he got his Epiphone Greeny only a couple of weeks ago, and since then it's been his couch guitar. And the article does the same thing all of us intolerable creators do. You know, it's got the clickbait title. He prefers the Epiphone to the $20,000 custom shop version. What he was actually saying is that he's most excited for the Epiphone because not only does it play great, but once it drops, it'll make the legend of Greeny more accessible than it's ever been. Not many people can afford the $20,000 custom shop or the $3,200 USA. In theory, the Epiphone will be more affordable, more people will be able to pick it up and know the core Greeny experience firsthand. Though, judging by the prices of the recent Mustaine models, how affordable, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm gonna guess it'll be basically the same as the 59 standard aged gloss finish, custom Greeny Pro Buckers, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be $12.99. That's my guess. Also, Kirk's been stirring up some online this week. Between this and the other article that came out where he said maybe the age of active pickups is over, you know, him being one of the most iconic EMG users of all time, it kind of seems like he's been preferring his Gibsons over his ESPs lately. Like, I haven't heard him talk about his LTD-Vs that just dropped. Meanwhile, every second post is about fucking Greeny. But in that article with the equally clickbaity title, what he was saying is that he likes the sound of aged PAFs a lot, and you know what? That's a real thing. What tends to happen is that magnets get weaker over time, and so after decades, that changes the sound of the pickups. And PAFs have relatively weaker Alnico 2 magnets to start with. The actives he uses have strong ceramics, so even over time, you won't notice as much of a difference, especially with the preamp in the circuit, as you will with PAFs. Apparently, both him and James prefer them for leads now, and yeah, aged PRFs are supposed to be super smooth, but Kirk Hammett's just out here stoking online controversy for fun. So, I don't know, I understand that Greeny has all this heritage and history and legacy, and that's cool. But it was famous to the point where there were custom shop reissues of Greeny before Kirk even bought it, and yeah, of course, this is the first time it'll be an Epiphone, but is it just me, or with the prices of signature Epiphones getting to be $1,200, $1,300, not exactly affordable, there's less hype around an Epiphone version as there was before. That's kind of the sentiment I've been seeing online about the upcoming Dave Grohl Epiphone Model 2 that he was pictured with. People have been wanting one forever, and it looks great, we all want one, but those Dave Mustaine prices are just killing the hype people had about Epiphone signatures. They're just not nearly as accessible for everyday fans as they were before. They're kind of downright expensive now. Anyways, going back to Kirk, personally, I'm still waiting for something truly new and uniquely Kirk Hammett from Gibson. Epiphone Greeny is nice so more people can get in on the fun, but we've known that was coming since the Kirk Hammett collection was announced. I'm still waiting for a Purple Sparkle collection or a horror movie graphic series or something wild and less predictable. Anyways, here's what I'll throw it to you. Epiphone Greeny, is the age of the active pickup over? What do you think of the future of Epiphone signatures? Any and all thoughts, leave them down below. Okay, so that leads us nicely into the next section. Keep these on your radar. Continuing on the Epiphone theme, the long-awaited Dave Mustaine models have dropped, and the reception so far has been mixed, I gotta say. It's a shame. The main focus should have been on a return to form for Kramer. I mean, this is their first big, high-profile signature release in a long time. The colors correspond to the previous Gibson USA releases. They have his signature Seymour Duncan Thrash Factor set, and the pointier shape of the Vanguard makes it look more Mustaine correct, closer to his Jacksons, in my opinion, than even the EXP. But the main thing people seem to be talking about is the price. $12.99 for the Kramer, $13.99 for an Epiphone Flying V Custom, and $14.99 for an Epiphone Flying V Prophecy. That's a lot, though in fairness they do come with custom hard cases, and that's very nice. But it's just bizarre because Epiphone used to be the people's brand. If you couldn't afford the Gibson, Epiphone got you. You'd get the same general experience, but at a much more accessible price point. So, you know, we're thinking that we'd get a more affordable Mustaine EXP, longer 25.5-inch scale length and everything. Nope, it's got the Explorer headstock, but the Epiphone Mustaine Flying V has Gibson's classic 24 3/4-inch scale length instead. Just why? And listen, I like the concept of a signature prophecy, gives the artist more of a modern platform to play around with, and this was the perfect opportunity to make something super unique for Dave Mustaine. He even has a signature active pickup set. The answer is literally right there. A Dave Mustaine prophecy with I can't even talk, with live wires. Instead, I mean, it's just a regular prophecy with a funny headstock and Dave's name on it at almost double the price of the regular prophecy. It's not even a unique color. It's lifted straight from the Red Tiger Les Paul prophecy. And Fishman Fluences, he doesn't even play Fishman Fluences. Why not use the live wires? It blows my mind. I don't know, man. The Kramer is cool. The rest seems like a missed opportunity. But I'm sure the sales will prove me wrong. Moving on to new additions to Squier's Paranormal series, and I love this series, man. The concept is so cool. It's Squier's version of Fender's Parallel Universe and Alternate Reality series, basically a mixing and matching of various other parts to create new, unique, but immediately familiar models. And we've gotten great ones from Squier in the past, like the Baritone Cabronita. Still kind of want one in Surf Green. But so the new models include a custom Nashville Stratocaster, kind of a Strat Nashville Tele hybrid, flat top double bound strap body, Telecaster pickups and controls with an additional single coil in the middle. Comes in chocolate 2-color sunburst and an awesome Aztec gold. But yeah, dude, even if you just want one for parts, I don't know where else you can find that double bound flat top strap body in the current production lineup. Then a 12 Jazzmaster, which is exactly what it sounds like, a 12-string Jazzmaster with the ugliest headstock I have ever seen. They're calling it a hockey stick headstock, but nah, dude, that's a Christmas stocking. Simplified controls, like it doesn't have all the crazy Jazzmaster switches, but in fairness, this guitar doesn't need any other craziness. Comes in Lake Placid blue and an Olympic white. I kind of love how charmingly ugly it is, and at $450, you're not going to find a more affordable 12-string Jazzmaster. Then there's the P90 Stratasonic, and Squier have kind of cheated here because this is actually a model Fender released back in the mid-2000s, but now it's back in production and it's more affordable. It's essentially a Les Paul Special in Strat form. Funny shaped pickguard, wraparound bridge, 24 3/4-inch Gibson-esque scale length and everything. Comes in vintage blonde and in crimson red with a sick blacked out headstock. Again, very Gibson-esque. Personally, I will stick to my Noventa. I like the extra twanginess Fender's normal 25.5-inch scale length brings to the P90 sound, but I kind of like the way these look better, and I like how you can adjust the neck at the headstock. The Noventas have the vintage style adjustment where you have to take the whole damn neck off to adjust the truss rod, and it's very, very stupid. How is that still a thing in modern production guitars. Moving on, there's a Rascal bass, if you care about things like that. Short 30-inch scale length, dual wide-range bass humbuckers, Mustang-style string-through bridge, comes in Sherwood green and metallic black with matching headstocks. Bass humbuckers already look massive, but especially on the short scale, there's just so much humbucker here relative to the size of the body. Absolutely ridiculous. Love it. And my favorite of them all is the new Paranormal Squier Deluxe. Essentially a single humbucker 70s Tele Deluxe. That's it. So simple. It's even got the big ass 70s headstock. It's perfect. Comes in mocha or in metallic black, both with maple boards. It's the perfect Squier. And since it's only got one pickup, in the place of a pickup selector, it's got a 3-way rotary where you can switch between humbucking mode, single coil mode, or humbucking mode, where the volume and tone controls are just completely bypassed. That's super cool. Not something I've seen on any other recent production guitar. I'm telling you, it's the perfect Squier. Ultra moddable, and it's just punk as fuck. I love this one so much. And finishing back off with even more Epiphone news, Epiphone have rebooted their archtop electric line. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I used to hate Teles, but then I saw the light. I love them now. Archtops, though, are a category guitar I still have not warmed up to. Not even close. The bodies are so weird and bloated. But so anyways, all that to say, I don't really know what's new, but Music Radar and Guitar World seem to imply that these are closer to the real deal. Maybe they mean in terms of price because they've gone up between $100 to $200 from the previous versions, or now that they got more of the vintage style trapeze tailpieces instead of the Tune-O-Matic and stop bar. Again, I could be wrong on both of those. Hollow body isn't really my thing. Either way, the Casino now comes in vintage sunburst or in natural, and they've got chrome colored P90s. That's pretty dope. The Sheraton also comes in vintage sunburst and in natural, but with mini humbuckers and a frequencator split trapeze tailpiece. And finally, the humbucker equipped Broadway comes in wine red and in vintage sunburst, also with the frequencator split trapeze tailpiece and an adjustable floating Palfaro bridge. Now, even though I'm not into the guitars themselves, what's cool about these is that they're all available at launch in left-handed as well. You love to see it from Epiphone that they're doing these day one lefty launches, and in every single color too. Usually you'd only expect Schecter to do something like that and in limited colors, but Epiphone's really been putting effort in lately to win over the hearts and the minds of the lefty community, who are usually limited to just one color, if not left hanging completely. But that will do it for this episode of Ask a Fish. Massive shout out to my patrons for supporting the channel. Their names are up on the screen right now. Consider joining them if you want to support the channel as well. You can also join as a channel member, pick up some comfy merch. Everything really helps me make better content. Social media, affiliate, and Discord server links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I will see you for the next video.